Welcome to an episode of the Top 20 Video Game Music Show. This week's theme is ending credits. This list is not the be-all, end-all. This list is chosen by 5 to 6 members of our Discord. In our chat today, they have each submitted their top 5, which creates a different kind of list. Imagine if you had to create your top 5 to be a part of a group's top 20. It makes you think of things differently. You don't always go for the obvious picks. So, this list is not the right one, potentially, for critics. This is the list that these people have chosen. So, these are our top 20. That's what we should call the show. Our top 20 video game music. First track is Yaminabe Aries, Nekono Comet. This was released on Windows 98 in 2000, chosen by Chiptune Brony. So, Yaminabe Aries, tail, spelled like a tail on a dog, and the tale of a story, their ending song. Let's go with it. All right, so Chiptune has filled us in that a MIDI Grand by Roland JV1080 played that ending theme. Yeah, it definitely has a reverb, cathartic, soothing. Definitely has some the feel of Dar Dar Docs. That super kind of it's when you take a piano sample and add that kind of 80s sheen onto it. Really kind of glossy, glitzy. It's like very balladish. Makes you think of like Pretty Things and Something Important. Oh, you were the one before 2 and 3, and you meant so much to me. My heart will go on. All right. Feels like an ending. Not necessarily a happy ending. It's like, well, you saved 2 of your brothers by throwing one of your brothers into a volcano. See, this is the part where some people will go, what? They didn't start with the ending theme from Portal or Red Dead Redemption 2. What the hell was that crap? Well, that was Chiptune Brony's theme, and he's a video game composer themselves. You felt like it was a pretty positive ending? Maybe bittersweet because the game is over and the story's over. Everything ends. That's right, it's overused. We're going for the deep cuts here, baby. So, next up, we've got from No More Heroes 2. Talk about your cool video games. Desperate Struggle. No More No. Composer, The Riot. Teens of Anger.
今日は明らかに異なる靴を脱ぐ子探して雪を踏む
Some more bittersweetness. Yeah, it definitely has, I think what gives it a part of that, like, walking off to the horizon is, I mean, I think the slide guitar and just the way it kind of hangs onto those notes. It's not going for any, like, triumphant notes. It's just going for, like, it's kind of bluesy with the bass line. That kind of, like, boom, boom. Yeah, it's just hitting some like nice strong notes. The tempo is not too fast. It's kind of like the drums are very casually getting you there. Like they're kind of lazily played, they're not being hit very hard. The bass line is just kind of pretty basic. It's not worrying about changing up its part too much. It's doing the same kind of shapes as it goes from chord to chord. It's just telling you the story as well with the lyrics. The music's trying to stay out of the way. It's just trying to set a nice, relaxed goodbye, take us home. Great ending credits. Oh, now we're getting crazy. Cool. Excellent song, man. That was really beautiful. Really meaningful. Next up, Panzer Dragoon Saga. Sona mi Areru ek Sancitu. Wow, Japanese and Latin. How pretentious am I? Art thou the Holy One is the translation of that. Composed by Saori Kobayashi. Chosen by Rudi. A lot of lyrics today. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Chris. It definitely feels more like it has such an excitement. Like it's excited to introduce things to you. It's just more like the introduction to a game than the end. Like perhaps this is ending a game if it's going to have a sequel, and it's like setting up the sequel. You know. So, I mean, video games are such long journeys, especially what I'm assuming is a long RPG, Panzer Dragoon Saga. All I know of Panzer Dragoon is riding on those like flying beasts in a semi-3D kind of area, like an on-rails flying shooter. Oh, it's a setup for a sequel that never come? That's true? That's what happened? Oh, interesting. Well, there you go. We cracked the case. Next up, we've got good old-fashioned Spyro the Dragon. Ending credits. Version 1, composed by the drummer of the Police, Stewart Copeland. I feel like when the credits come in, like when they do the effects for the names, it sort of causes a bit of slowdown. Definitely makes you want to get out there and just explore these levels. Spyro the Dragon was super fun. Where can you imagine that? A video game that's super fun. I liked Spyro because it just showed you a level, a 3D level like Mario 64. And you saw areas and you had to figure out a way to get there. You knew that it was possible to get there. Interesting that Stewart Copeland wrote this. I would say like this is a pretty kind of whatever final track for an ending theme. I like the music in Spyro. It's very unique, and I think it fits the game very well because the game is not a roller coaster. The game is it's a mosey through the park with a lot of gliding, you know? Oh, I see, and it's loading it back. And, you know, and this music was great for it because it was kind of, it was pretty interesting. It was just interesting enough. It has some layers. You can ignore it. It works fine in the background, but if you want to focus on it, it definitely, there's enough going on there with the layers and the polyrhythms to be interested in. So Stewart Copeland was the drummer in the Police, and when he started the band, they just had himself, and I think Sting joined next, and Stewart Copeland was writing the songs, and as he said, they were terrible punk songs, and Sting joined, and then they ended up getting Andy Summers, who was older than them. He'd already played in a bunch of bands and played in sessions, and had actually kind of like been in the industry for a while and had done pretty well, but was looking for something new. He joined them, and then they started having Sting write songs, and it just really changed everything. Because Sting is such an incredible songwriter. So it's interesting to hear, you know, Copeland do this, and the Police were so smart because they put out like 5 or 6 amazing albums. Were probably the biggest band in the world, and then broke up. And just broke up, just stopped. That was it. No drama. They didn't hang on and make bad music. And then when they could, you know, reunite for tours, was a nice big deal. Everybody's excited. They were still young enough to do it and excited to do it, and it's cool. Spyro's a fun little game. All right. It's a good remaster, too. So if you've been listening to this so far and you think, I haven't heard any that I thought were going to be on here, maybe this next one will finally make you happy. Will this make you happy? I say that to my girlfriend all the time. If it will make you happy, I will do it. And it's kind of a passive-aggressive, slightly jerky way of letting somebody get what they want, but making them feel a bit bad for it. Like, I'll do it. If it will make you happy. As if, will anything make you happy? So, on that bright, shiny note, this is Super Mario World's ending theme, composed by the great, second best video game composer of all time, Koji Kondo. It feels like you're watching some sort of a musical show or Broadway, some kind of performance, and part of the band starts off playing this main theme, and then you keep having maybe the other actors join on for the big bow, or other instruments are coming to join in. You're bringing the whole band together to say goodbye. Oh yeah, nice bluesy ending. I have sort of like an underwater lullaby type feel to it. Bit of a fake out. Bring it back. Oh, double time. And he was going for he made a great choice going for this ragtime feel, so it feels like he has a little band, sort of like a, Southern States. I guess this would be in like New Orleans kind of style. Sort of like you get like an accordion sound, there's sort of like banjo sounds, acoustic guitar, all like mostly kind of acoustic instruments, and yeah, it just sounds like a little party band marching up and down the street. And the way the Super Nintendo's samples sound, it gives it a really cozy vibe. It's really friendly music. It's very approachable. It always made it seem like, Super Mario 3 and Super Mario World were they weren't like a real world you were visiting that was scary. It was like presented as a play. I mean, look at this. They're giving you basically like the credits of who is in the game at the end. Telling you the name of each enemy. It's like everyone's in on it, Sure, you were like jumping on them and knocking them out, and they were trying to knock you out, but it's not The Last of Us. It's Mario. And they started out with Super Mario 3 with the curtains opening and everything kind of looking like the platforms were sort of placed there like it was, stage production. Interesting thing with Super Mario World soundtrack is that there's one main theme that Koji Kondo just beautifully changes constantly to make fit for whatever level it is. I don't know if this one is. It wouldn't be it. Because if the main theme is like bum bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 bum. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum. Bum. I think he's actually going through those changes in a way. Possibly. Yeah, at the last one, they could just have, bloopers or something. Joel's about to kill the doctor. Who's that guy Joel shoots when he's like... They showed this at, This is the Super Mario 64 theme. It was at that first big trailer reveal event for Last of Us. And the guy's like, no! The guy begging for his life and then Joel shooting him. Just have a blooper reel of that stuff. A little different sounding, not a little more 80s chill. Trying to get a bit more of a futuristic sound. It's the future of gaming. From Mario to Sonic. Sonic CD, that is. This is Sonic Boom! Ending version, composed by Spencer Nilsen and Pastiche. This could be in Persona. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
You're strong, you can fly, you can reach the other side of the rainbow. It's alright, take a chance, 'cause there is no circumstance that you can handle. When you use your mind, Mr. Fast got it good, but this ain't his neighborhood, he's taking over. No, time is now, he can't hide, find the power deep inside and make it happen. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, love will keep you running faster. Sonic Boom, save the planet from disaster. Sonic Boom, spinning through a world in motion. Sonic Boom, take it all the way. Work your move, work it out. That's what life is all about. It's your adventure. To the dark, to the light. It's a supersonic flight. Gotta keep it going. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. Love will keep you running faster. Sonic Boom, save the planet from disaster. Sonic Boom, spinning through a world in motion. Sonic Boom, take it all the way.
Yeah, what's really interesting about this song is that, oh. Yeah, what's it? Can you hear this guitar okay? Oh. Yeah, so like the whole, the beginning part of the song is all based in E. So it kind of like grooves on that for a while. You get really used to that E. And then what it does is the chorus modulates to F, which gives it this like really strange Sonic Boom. It's almost like a key change. It is a key change. Sonic Boom. So it gives you this kind of like extra bit of drama to it. Pretty neat. Because your brain is so... your brain is so used to hearing that E, you just kept expecting it. And then, we're one note higher. get this. We just listened to something from Sonic City. A second Sonic track has been selected by a different member of the chat. This is Staff Roll from Sonic Advance 3, composed by Hideaki Kobayashi. Oh, listen to that lo-fi hiss. On 24-hour loop and just have people study to it. Yeah, man, put in some rain, some campfire. Ooh. Doesn't that sound kind of Zelda-ish? Oh, that sounds so Zelda. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Wow, this is like really interesting chord changes there. You think it's just gonna kind of start high and kind of go lower and give you this like come down, this wind down, but they throw in a lot of sort of like out of key chord changes, borrowed chords, where you're taking chords from different scales. So it gives you this like, oh, that one, this one, and those like big dramatic flailers at the end. Pretty cool. Yeah, this would be a great one. Like this would fit a jazz combo really, really well. Piano would have, or guitar would have, jazz piano would have a great time with these chords. Nice kind of like some saxophone over it. Be great. Next up, from The Legend of Dragoon, Sony's big entry into the burgeoning JRPG market of the time. This is If You Still Believe, composed by Dennis Martin. Tell me, Dennis, tell me your secrets. More vocals.
I can feel each moment. see the sky above. I'll be waiting for you if you still believe in love. Find a way to bring back yesterday. Find a way to love. I hope you stay when tomorrow becomes
That's quite a
today.
transition there. Big change of key. Cool. And we're back. You know what I liked about Legend of Dragoon was it was trying to do its own thing, and it definitely felt like this kind of exotic world that had a nice mix of. It mixed together elements that JRPGs and RPGs mix together, but it mixed them together in their own way. It's like food, you know? We're all just using a protein, some vegetables, and a bit of and some kind of a carbohydrate, some salt, some acid, some heat, and some sweet. But it's how we combine them, you know? That really matters. Beautiful. Oh, Chris, that's a really beautiful way of putting it. Washes over you like a tide, laps back and forth between the beats and the warm, slightly muffled tones. Feels like you're being submersed. Absolutely. Yeah, like the tide is taking you up and taking you away. Like no matter what, the earth keeps moving. And we're on to the next. Well, this next one is probably going to be beautiful, but it's going to be a bit darker. This is from Silent Hill 2. Overdose Delusion, composed by Akira Yamaoka, chosen by Rudi. Kind of like emotional 80s guitar, but a more heavy, oppressive, like the lead guitar is kind of, emotional, it's like, kind of reminds me of Bob Seger, actually. That one where he's on the road again, turn the page. Nice, oh, this is getting crazy. See, what's cool about that one is I just had to drop the mic moment, and then trying to catch it really quickly, I jammed my thumbnail into it, and it really hurts. Okay, so what I was trying to say was, so like the main riff is this. So you get used to that, right? It's just the E and the octave. So this would normally be, if it's an E major, that's a note, but this is kind of a right above that major third. Down to a minor. And then when it goes really crazy, it takes this note you've been hearing the whole time and goes up right there. So you're going. Which gives it a really kind of like active wildness. Yeah, it gives it just like a chaotic, crazy feel to it. Really like demented. It feels demented. It's awesome. Yeah, I like how they have this kind of like 1980s kind of glam solos, which gives it emotional epicness, soaringness. But then the meat of the song is this kind of dirty, sounds like a like a rock band in a recording in a warehouse or something. Just like pounding drums, bass, simple rhythm guitar. There's like no acoustic, not really much piano. Maybe like a bit of creepy synth every once in a while, but it's really straight ahead, And that's kind of like this game. You have to keep trudging through it into the sludge, no matter how much the game is disgusting you or terrifying you or whatever. You just have to keep going through everything. All right, if you've been watching this going, what are these songs? I mean, sure, Silent Hill's good, but Yaminabe, Aries, who are these people? Sonic Advance 3? This next one is from Portal, written by Jonathan Coulton, performed by Ellen McLain. There you go. Still Alive from Portal. Imagine if we rickrolled you right now.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success.
I mean, it's a cliche because it's so good.
Overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat plan for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of data, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive.
I'll say something. I like the way that the song is composed because it does sound like a computer composed it. But there's a part here that feels a little too human for me.
I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people.
That part, because of all the things we learned, is not as robotic as everything else. Aperture science. It's like an AI writing a song. Goes, okay, I'm going to introduce the theme of the song. I'm going to introduce like a subject or a noun of the song. I'm going to make it be a melody, but it's going to be very robotic. Aperture science. But there's think of all the things we learned. A little too human for me there.
People who are still alive. Go ahead and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. baby black mesa. That was a joke, haha, bad chance. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look up there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive.
Wow. How good is that, eh? Wow, if you're wondering where the classic games were, next up we've got friggin' Chrono Trigger. That's right, buddy. From 1995 on the Super Nintendo, composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. This is Two Faraway Times. Gives it a lot of its like weightlessness is the only drums, the only percussion is a it's like a shaker, like a hi-hat, and it kind of it's very, you know, very light sounding. It's shaking, so it doesn't have, it's not like, you know, it's not like a kick drum or a snare drum. It's not a hard hit. There is no kick drum. There is no snare drum. There's nothing kind of anchoring you to the beat. Egg shaker is probably what it is. You have the bass line kind of, yeah, the bass line propels it forward. Yeah, the big strings too. The bass is not, you know, this piano's like very twinkly. There's a lot of like ba 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 ba, dun, 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 big arpeggios. It's like sort of reaching up, and definitely has a locomotive feel. Chugga 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 chugga. That bass there really always reminds me of like Chrono Trigger. Boom, boom. That's such a great theme. Da, 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 da. God. What an unbelievably beautiful melody. After the greatness of Yasunori Mitsuda's ending theme to Chrono Trigger, and getting to hear some other motifs in that theme, let's switch it up with something totally different here. This is from Ace Combat Zero. That's right, a game about jet fighter planes, which has a epic soundtrack, which you would think for sure. Usually a jet fighter game is going to have rockin' or epic or cinematic, but it tends to do some strange things like use flamenco, whole bunch of other crazy stuff. This is the epilogue, Near the Border, ending credits theme. Ace Combat Zero. Composed by Kaiki Kobayashi. From a minor to a major. When you go from like minor, doesn't happen a lot, and it's very shocking. Very uplifting. Wild. I wonder what it's like playing the game with this music. I've heard a lot of Ace Combat music just because we have Rudi as part of the show, and it's always a nice little treat. Beautiful. It was probably just specific. Was the flamenco more specific for this game? Let's call back to the music Zero, both in the Spanish guitar and vocals. Right. Okay. The Balkan War. This was for that war in Gerudo Valley. All right, so next up, we've got from Sparkster, 1994 game. This is composed by Masahiro Ikariko, Minako Matsuhira, Michiru Yamane, and Akira Yamaoka. Chosen by Chiptune Brony. All right, Olive, look. It's a picture of I think it's a picture of a fox or a doggy. You're probably going to like this. Doggy. What's that from? Yeah. There's a doggy there. Here, I'll show you some. This is some gameplay. Really got me thinking. If you really want me, it's like a. And they say nothing is forever. Go and endeavor. Up and endeavor sometimes. It's like an 80s thing. Some kind of an 80s power ballad. Power ballad. They say nothing is forever. Which would have been probably shortly before this game came out. So, yeah. Interesting one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now let's get real serious. Our next game is Lost Odyssey. This is the theme song, What You Are. And it is composed by friggin' Nobuo Uematsu. Are you ready for that? Nobuo Uematsu, sung by Sheena Easton. Nice. Oh my god. Karaoke ballad, synth piano, verb.
Touch me, it feels just like a dream with the warmth that's in your eyes when you look at me. I hear your voice beside me, it whispers to me. I can't hide how it makes me feel, the shyness you see. I may never understand how deep it goes, but I know how I feel, what I hold deep in my heart. There's just no way to stop this, it's hopeless but true. I feel this love more than anything, so what more can can I do? You know I thought I would be much stronger than I am, but then I feel the boldness that's inside my heart just melt away. How I feel for you.
It's a very interesting choice for the vocalist. It's like a very like Broadway campy, like yeah, there's emotion and stuff, but it's a campy kind of emotion. It's like grain of salt, you know, like a Barbara Streisand or. I just try to forget the vocalist and focus on Uematsu being there. God, that's very Disney melody. Bum, 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 bum. Da, 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 da. I think his work on Hollow, that ending track to Final Fantasy VII Remake, man, he just shows up and wipes the floor with anything else going on in that game. Yeah! I'm feeling that. The guitar comes in and just knocks that campy lady right off the stage. Back to Reno. Reno's like a cheaper version of Las Vegas. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it's a slow kind of rock ballad feel. Oh, F yeah. Are you ready for some Chrono Cross? A painting fell down. Wow, my house was not ready for Chrono Cross. This is Radical Dreamers. It's a painting of a doggy fell composed by Yasunori Mitsuda. Sounds so good. It sounds so good. It sounds so real. Not fake. It sounds real. And like the perfect amount of reverb. Reverb. It's so lush. Melancholy. I could definitely go for a version without vocals. The vocals are good, but I like the guitar. Cool. Oh yeah, the game is definitely over at this point. Just the show is over, folks. This is the encore. We're gonna tell a little bit more story, but we're done here. Next up from, what do you got here? Katana Zero. This one's called Come and See, composed by Justin Stander. Oh, melancholy. That ended abruptly. I was like really into that. I mean, that does hit so many nice, beautiful chord changes that I love. Super dramatic, super wonderful. Just so gorgeous. I like the way the guitar has that woody scratch, like you were saying, the scratchy violin sound. You can really hear everything mic'd around the guitar, like the fingers moving and stuff. Gives it like an organic, intimate feel. All right, next up from, here's something new, Final Fantasy 16. This is My Star, composed by Masayoshi Soken.
Starlight, say goodnight. Star bright, where have you fallen?
vocalist. Like the command she has of her voice, like her tone is so full and she can just leap from note to note, totally effortlessly, with so much power, but it feels so smooth, just wild. Definitely has a beautiful jazz lounge. So it's just like, I love the way it's recorded. Sounds like she's laying on top of the piano. It's just so silky smooth and cozy, and what a gorgeous way to end this game. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. All right, next up from Gravity Rush. God, they have such more beautiful music. This is Daus Shinundakara, composed by Kohei Tanaka. Yeah, very, very compressed version of this. That was great. It's got a real cheeky kind of that like New Orleans. I don't know. I guess that's clarinet. Nice swing. Nice, I like the really hard hitting drums on there too. It's kind of a lower quality version. It's like seems pretty compressed. Maybe it's because this is from I guess the PSP maybe or the Vita. But yeah, really beautiful track. This next one will be our last. It is from the great Tunic. This is Ruin Seeker, Life Formed, Janice Kwan. All right, let's give it a listen. that that melody's played, that like it's not just going like it's sort of played in like a triplet feel, blam 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 blam. Just kind of throws you a little bit off guard, off rhythm. It's sort of like it's stumbling through it. Brum 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 brum. Heavy, man. I feel like almost ending The Last of Us with this. If it was a little bit more mystical. You know, not so realistic as a zombie game. Absolutely, Chris. Juxtapose the playfulness with the weight delivered. With the weight delivered through that constant bass and breathy percussion. Well, Chris, when my time has come to die, you can take over for me, buddy. All right, everybody. That's it. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll see you later. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to join, check out the description below. You can join our Discord. You can chat with all these people and myself. You can help pick the next themes. Yeah. You can choose songs. It's great. If there's not a Discord link, I will personally give you one in the comments. Goodbye, YouTube.